You're watching News 360. Thanks for staying with us. Time for business. My name is Nanikia Mensah-Brampa. Starting with tonight on the cocoa sector, Chairman of the Board of Directors of COCOBOD, Akufo-Addo, has promised to tackle the indebtedness of the cocoa subsector at the inauguration of the new board at the Flagstaff House. He assured farmers that they will benefit from their yields.
Preserve.
The 10-member board of directors has the responsibility of revamping the dwindling cocoa industry to its former status as the #1 on the continent.
The government of the Really Patriotic Party and I have made a commitment to raising production levels of cocoa to at least 1 million tons and to process more than 50% of our cocoa beans here at home. We have committed ourselves to finding new markets and improving our standing in the cocoa value chain. In other words, we are determined to make it again a lucrative industry.
Chairman of the board, Akufo-Addo, was confident members will deliver.
Huge indebtedness, and I mean huge indebtedness of the sector of the cocoa board is something that we really have to tackle. The cocoa farmers themselves have not been the major beneficiaries of the proceeds from the cocoa. We intend as a board to ensure that we are the friends, the advocates for the farmers, thousands and hundreds of thousands of farmers, and we shall so do, Mr. President, and revert the situation whereby those who produce cocoa will benefit from it.
As I'm sure briefly you heard from Akufo-Addo, who is a leader of that 10-man team. But let's look at really what proposals have been put on the table for this board actually to start work with. And we're looking at putting cocoa farmers at the center of operations. That is the first thing that they will be looking at. COCOBOD occasionally owes farmers through delayed payments, so that is key on their drawing board. Rationalizing expenditure is also the next on the board, and tackling indebtedness of COCOBOD, that was key, also mentioned by the president there. Now, another major point or another major proposal they will be looking at has to do with a dramatic cut of worker salaries, and this has to focus really on management staff of COCOBOD. We understand that the CEO of COCOBOD earns roughly 70,000 Ghana cedis a month. So I'm sure it is part of management salaries that will be looked at by the board, as well as review of all contracts signed previously. Looking at the review of all contracts signed, the recently sacked Chief Executive Officer of COCOBOD, Dr. Opuni, is said to have signed some 512 million cedis during the transition period, and that also will be paid keen attention to. Also, some contracts signed here, looking at the documents I have in my hand, they had between October 3, 2016 through to the electioneering period, the campaign period through to January 6, 2017, when the NDC government was leaving power. So 512 was the total. They would have more attention paid to that particular one. We'll be looking at more into that and giving you more detail later. But let's move on to energy now. And an energy expert are calling on government to prosecute former state officials found guilty in the Ameri-Power deal by a committee to review the agreement. A leaked report from the government has described the deal as fraudulent, one which doled out a $150 million commission to Ameri in the build, operate, own transfer deal.
The leaked report delved into the technical, financial and legal aspects of the $510 million power contract signed between Ameri Energy and the Ghana government. The committee's findings stated the Ameri Energy plant did not have an operating license contrary to Section 11 and 25 of the Energy Commission Act 1997, Act 541, which requires the operators of the plant to secure the licenses and permits. The report further stated that no due diligence was carried out on Ameri Group nor Ameri Energy Power Equipment Trading, and as a result, government has no information on the shareholders and directors of either companies. The committee has recommended to government to recall owners of Ameri Power for renegotiation, and if the company turns down the invitation, government should forsake the agreement on grounds of fraud. The Energy Minister will not confirm or deny the authenticity of the report.
I don't know who put it out there, but the first thing is it a signed document? If it's not a signed document, it could be speculation, it could be true, it could be speculation. I will suspend judgment until I see the document that has been purportedly put out there, and then we can comment.
But energy expert Kojo Nanapoku, who is also CEO of Gasop Oil, described the deal as bad, but however, abrogating it was not feasible.
Can we go forward and say that we are going to abrogate it based on that? I don't think we can. I would have expected that the committee would have investigated the role each person played in how the deal was made, then recommend maybe prosecution or sanctions against the individuals that might have done something wrong.
Deputy Executive Director of the African Center for Energy Policy, ACEP, Benjamin Boachi, has warned government will be paying huge judgment debt if it goes ahead to abrogate the Ameri Power deal, adding, America cannot be blamed for any wrongdoing. Parliament has been at the receiving end of the whole deal, as the experts say they failed to do due diligence.
We have to address our minds to the fact that the contract came to the ministry prepared it with Ameri. It went to cabinet, the most powerful body of our country, and then it went to Parliament, our representative, before it was finally approved. Those are the people we should be asking questions.
We have a situation whereby most times when things go to Parliament, it is rushed through Parliament without the minority having a better say, and I think we learn lessons from that. It's not everything that the minority say is bad.
There's more news on our website, is 3news.com.